And here in Plymouth, I always like to stop by the Royal Navy Memorial here, up on the Hoe. Pay my respects, as it were. It's a rather fantastic memorial, actually. It's quite a... If you've never been here, it's definitely worth stopping by. Got my shadow there. Right. Yes. Here is the... a little bit backlit there with the sun. I don't know if this is the front half or the back half, to be honest. It's a half. Yeah, it's quite an impressive memorial to the Royal Navy. And there's other various bits up here on the Hoe if you're unfamiliar. But Plymouth is a big sort of naval town. Again, if you're unfamiliar, you've got Devon dockyard that way, which is quite a substantial naval base here in the southwest. All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of A Bright Side. Today we're in Plymouth because for quite a while you've wanted to do the Plymouth Gin tour, with like the distillery tour.
Very excited.
And we are here without kids so that we can enjoy that. I'm not a big gin drinker, but I'm actually quite looking forward to it.
Me neither, but it's just intrigued me. And every time we come to Plymouth, we walk past the distillery and we go, we're going to go and do that one day. Yeah. Today's that day.
Yeah. So we're going to do a few things first. We're going to get a bit of lunch somewhere, have a little bit of a mooch around generally. Our tour is booked for 2:30. It's about 12 o'clock now. So that's it. We'll just, we'll see what happens. So let's go check it out. We're in Plymouth.
Yay!
I just put the camera up in front of my face, realised I had left it in selfie style, and I thought, oh, what's that? Looking at myself. Taking advantage, however, of there's some low crowds here. Beautiful, beautiful day here in Plymouth as of a recording of this. Like I say, you've got the Continental Ferry down there, Devonport Dockyard on a little bit more, Drake's Island, Mr. Drake himself, the scourge of the Spaniards. There's Smeaton's Tower. We actually went up Smeaton's Tower a few months ago. I'll try and find the video and leave a link in the description if you want to see that. It was quite an interesting place, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really cool, actually.
Didn't take too long. It was only like, was it a £5 each or something? It wasn't like vastly expensive, was it? I can't remember now. But I do remember it being quite interesting. Yeah, it was, yeah, good. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description if I can find that video. If I can't, then it won't be in there, but, you know, you get the general idea. Just a little bit of information here. States here, welcome to Plymouth Hoe, Britain's ocean city. So it states here that the Hoe dates back to the medieval era when the first settlers arrived. This was long before the exploits of Sir Francis Drake, who played bowls here while waiting for the Spanish Armada. Nice. And I'm always drawn in by a placard. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm always drawn into these things. So it's a Tinside Pool. Look down at the Hoe foreshore and you can trace the Englishman's love of being beside the sea. So it's kind of right there by that Lido thing. Oh, there's a shell bell there. In 1812, there was a what? In 1812, there were bathing machines. What the heck is a bathing machine? By the mid-1800s, men stripped off to bathe. And a patchwork of hearts? There's lots of words that I don't understand here. Stripped off to bathe and a patchwork of hearts, steps and bathing huts had developed. I'm just Shellbell. I'm just trying to laugh. I mean, that makes me chuckle. I don't quite understand that. Stripped off to bathe and a patchwork of hearts, steps and bathing huts. The bit that made me laugh was in 1812 there were bathing machines. What the heck is a bathing machine? Brilliant. Okay, we need to end this now before I embarrass myself with my lack of knowledge of things. Bathing machine. I'm gonna Google that. What is a bathing machine?
A bath?
Impressive view of the Citadel, which I believe you can visit. Was it something where you had to like book, or it was something like that, wouldn't it?
And it's on set days.
Yeah.
But I don't know what those set days
Yeah, no, I don't either. It's something that we've wanted to do, but it's one of those it's one of those things that we didn't really want to do with the kids because they might be sort of like, I'm bored. Which is why we've come up to Plymouth today without them to do the gin tour. Because again, going round a gin distillery, I don't think is going to be Matilda and AJ's cup of tea. But this is nice, isn't it? Do you know what, Shellbell? It's actually quite nice to... I know this sounds a bit sort of selfish, but it's actually quite nice to come here without the kids. Well, in terms of like... You know, and
we love Plymouth and we come quite a lot, but we don't get to enjoy it.
And we love our kids, obviously, but debatable sometimes. But you know, when you're like, if you want to like stop and look at something, you can just stop and look at something without the "I'm bored" or "I don't want to do that" sort of thing going on. I don't know. That's kind of like my thoughts on that. But anyway, right, we're not going to focus too. We can eat whatever we want. Yes, we can drink whatever. We are actually staying tonight. So we have got accommodation here, again all pre-booked. So we'll.
Happy for having the kids.
Yep. So we'll go through. We'll show you where we're staying a little bit later on. But we're not going to focus too much in this general area. We have sort of panned the camera around here quite a few times in this end of Plymouth. So really, we're going to go for a bite to eat and then head to the distillery for what time? 2:30, wasn't it?
2:30.
Excellent. Just looking at all these boats out in the marina. Got to watch my footing, I don't know, end up down there. But what caught my attention was there's a Cornish flag. Where's it? Right there, centre of frame. Couldn't see it. I couldn't see it, but there's the Cornish flag. Nice. Not that we're in Cornwall. And Shelley just pointed out all these fish to me down there. Look at all those fish. If we eat down on the Barbican, we quite often stop off in places like the Ship. And whatever the others are called, can't think off the top of my head, but we have a little look along this zone. This is quite a nice place to eat, particularly on a beautiful day like this. You've got the marina out there, but it looks like the only one that's open. Doesn't look like the Ship is currently open, so it looks like we'll be getting some pizza, and I'm good with that. Rakuda Pizzeria. Let's head in. Right, we headed in there, and what you do is you pick up the menu, take a seat, and then head back into the bar to order. So yeah, I think definitely some pizza. I think that has to happen. I mean, who has like pasta in a pizzeria? If you do, let me know in the comments, but that is ridiculous. Anyway, I think I'm going to be perusing some of these options here. What we quite often do with pizza is we get like a different flavour, don't we? Yeah. And then we cut it in half and then have half of that each. So we kind of then end up with two pizzas, if you will. Or at least two halves, which then makes a whole. So we still get a whole pizza. Right, okie dokie. We're not big drinkers. We don't like drink particularly on the channel, but without the kids, we are going to take advantage. Shelley's got a little glass of wine there, a South African white sort of flavoury thing. And I decided to go with a cider today, and I've gone with a Thatcher's because I thought, well, I'm in Devon, so I'm going to have a cider from Somerset. Cheers. Went with a cloudy cider this time. Do quite like cider, nice. Pizzas have arrived. Now, lots of people will disagree with this, but I do love pineapple on a pizza. Now, that's very controversial. Lots of people are like, oh no, you can't put pineapple on a pizza. But I sit in Camp Pineapple when it comes to a pizza. I find this delicious. And then, what did you order? Some fungi thing. What's it called? Something fungi. What? Prostate.
Prosciutto and fungi. So it's ham and mushroom, essentially.
Ham and mushroom, okay, with some rocket on top. All right. But what we're going to do is split them in half and have like half of that each. Unless I don't like that, and then I'll just eat all of this. That's very nice. What are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Are you team pineapple or team get the heck off of my pizza in terms of pineapple? Let me know in the comments. How's your fungus pizza?
Nice.
Yeah.
I had to do it's not a New York fold, it's a Shell Bell roll.
A Shell Bell roll. So a Shell Bell roll, New York fold. I think I've mentioned that before on the channel. Oh yes, giving this one a go now, the fungus pizza or whatever it's called. What do you say it's called?
Prosciutto fungi.
Prosciutto fungi.
That's probably not.
Prosciutto, whatever.
Prosciutto.
Something like that. Okay, that's absolutely delicious as well. All right, highly recommend this place if you want some pizza. Sorry, I've got my mouth full. That's a bit rude, isn't it? But very excited. Do love pizza, and this place really good. All right, that's those smashed out. Heading down this street. It's a very nice street. It's a very old street, and there is the Plymouth Gin Distillery. All right, let's head there. You know, Shelley, for 2 pins, I'd walk down this lane. Shellbell, I've found the perfect clothing item for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's all right. All right, made it to Plymouth Gin, Blackfriars Distillery, established in 1793. That's amazing. This caught my attention over there. It says that the Barbican has the largest concentration of cobbled streets in England. How about that? Loving this like door. It's like a double door, but it's quite short. Huh. Up here there is a placard again drawn into that. This early 15th century building formed part of the monastery of the Dominicans or Black Friars. All right. And then to the side of it, to the left-hand side of that building, Blackfriars Lane. All right, there it is. Heading in. So we've got a cocktail bar. There's a kitchen. So I assume a restaurant. Distillery and tours. Okay, so we'll hop in there in a minute. Plymouth Gin, the adventure. Discover gin's colourful history. And over 200 years of distilling here at Blackfriars. All right. This is very cool inside, and actually you can see with like these windows, the shapes of these windows, that I don't know, it does look a bit sort of monastery-like. Yeah, all right. Okay, we're all booked in. We did pay online, and we've just been asked to wait up here on this little platform, and the tour's going to begin in about 10 minutes. This looks nice, doesn't it? All right.
Is made in that one Victorian copper pot still. In the Victorian pot still, they'll load 5,000 litres of a wheat-based alcohol. We don't make base alcohol. It gets made by the experts and tankered down from Selby in Yorkshire at 96.2%. We then load 2,000 litres of our beautiful soft Dartmoor water. The water in the southwest is naturally filtered through peat and runs over granite. In the hatchway, you can see it just above the walkway, they load 7 botanicals: juniper berries, angelica root, lemon peel, cardamom pods, orange peel, coriander seeds and orris root. They close the hatch. Inside the still is a coil. They'll push steam around the coil and it brings everything up to the boil. The alcohol vapours carrying the beautiful oils now from those botanicals rise up. We have got what's called a swan's neck up there. It dates back to 1780, and a lot of the main beams running under still as that, well, still the original beams. I wonder what it would have looked like up there with all that rain yesterday. Oh, yeah. Even secretly, we have buckets behind the scenes here, but imagine how much buckets are up there. We don't distill on Fridays because distillers have Friday afternoons off. There we are. So Mondays through to Thursdays. They have weekends off as well. I'll tell you, I'll show you what it looks like when they are. So the gin comes through the spirit safes. The gin at this stage is at around 82%. The distiller's job is to nose it, to smell it. He doesn't get to drink it in production. However, if he was to nose it at 82%, all he'll get is extremely high alcohol vapours. So he reduces it with water to 20%. This is what's called breaks the bonds. He can then smell individually the 7 botanicals. For the first half an hour, all he has coming through is alcohol because that boils at a lower temperature than water. It's called the tops. He flushes it through the pipework and runs it into what we call the faints fats. Once he can smell lemon, he knows it's our Plymouth Gin, and he will be able to pinpoint the exact moment that all 7 botanicals come through. So it's lemon, orange, coriander, juniper, cardamom, and finally angelica. I'll explain about Oris when we go next door. It smells nice.
See, it smells of, yeah. Look at this. This is very nice, isn't it?
Way down here. Way down here.
Okay, this will be fun because I don't really drink gin.
In booze, we don't recommend anyone dries after drinking the gin today, but it will be under a unit. It's entirely up to you. I can give you a spittoon and you can have water and you can just nose it on if you want. Oh, right, I do health and safety. Right then, my lovelies. What you've all got in your glass is a classic original Plymouth Gin. Have a smell and a taste. What you have is half gin, half water. We've been around a lot longer than tonic water. So we were designed to be drunk neat or with a splash of water. That first distinct smell and taste that you get coming through is the smell and taste of gin, which is juniper berries. In your middle pots, you will have juniper berries. Take some of those little berries out, give them a squash and a squeeze. Roll them around in the palm of your hands and have a smell. All gins have to have juniper berries. It's the smell and taste of citrus. And you've got orange peel and lemon peel. And beautiful, sweet eating lemons. It's because all of the essential oils are found in the peel. Sweet citrus coriander seed. Like a pestle and mortar, grind them against each other, crack open those hard, tricky skins, and have a smell of a sweet citrus coriander. Cardamom pod there from Guatemala. Open up a little green seed pod. So you've got a pointy bit where you would have been in the pod. Beautiful, beautiful cardamom. Peel of rice. Oh my goodness, do you know it? I want you to have another taste now. You'll find that the palate finish comes forward towards the tip of your tongue. Because your sweet taste buds, they say, develop at the front of your tongue. Something along your tongue line, your gum line, you're meant to say, along your lips, along your gum line, and the tip of your tongue. Take the pot of woody bits of twigs. Give that one a little gentle shake. Have a smell. Earthy, musky smell. Smells like old bookshops, old churches, National Trust properties. Funny old smell, this one. So this is the dried roots of the angelica. That's the plant there with its seeds, bobbly plant.
It does smell like an old stately home.
We used to use angelica a lot. The one we have is the creamy white powder. Oris. The dried rhizome of the iris flower. Take that pot out and give it a shake around. Have a smell. Very nice smell. It smells a bit like Parma violets, a bit like cold milky tea, a bit of a biscuity smell. No? I get Parma violets. You don't like them? No. It was Oris that they used to powder the wines white. When they discovered that lead and arsenic was killing them in their face creams, it was Oris that they switched to. It's the first base of the first white commercial foundation. Still used a lot today in cosmetics, perfumes, and the drinks industry. There you go. Never heard of it before, Jim. All for yourselves.
My
and
goodness.
I've turned you.
She doesn't drink.
All liqueurs. We then reduce the alcohol down to 30%. Have a smell and a taste. Beautiful smell and taste. Or ginger ale is a wonderful mixer that you can add to this one. Beautiful. Lots of summer fruits, mint and cucumber.
Oh, I could drink that if I had to. Goodness, there's another one. There's another one.
Here's our sloe gin. We buy in more than 40 tonnes of frozen sloe berries. The reason they're frozen is because when they go into that middle cut gin of 82%, their skin split open. Otherwise, we would have to pinprick more than 40 odd tonnes of sloe berries. Don't want that job. We add sugar and we let those berries steep. It takes 4 months to make our sloe gin. They then scoop the berries out. We're left with this beautiful ruby red liquid, and they reduce it down then to 26%. So this one's classified as a liqueur. Have a taste, jammy, plummy notes to this one. Beautiful. It's a cough mixture. Just tastes like it's good for you. Yeah.
Sorry everybody.
Great.
That's fine. Yeah. It's like grown-ups cow pole, this one, I would say.
Okay, we're heading to the bar now. That was a very interesting experience. Again, not a gin drinker. I did like a couple of the flavoured ones. The orange one and the sloe gin were quite tasty. Wasn't struck on like the neat gin, as it were. That wasn't my sort of thing. But yeah, okay, not as bad as I thought. Oh yes, I like this. Look at this. This is very cool, isn't it? I might get this roof done in my dining room at home. That would look amazing. Okay, that gentleman up there is Mr. King. And apparently he was a master distiller back in the 1840s. I like this, don't you?
It's lovely.
This is very nice, yeah. I was just saying that I think I could, maybe we could replicate that ceiling back at home.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
I think our house is quite cool enough.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out somehow. Just looking at this up here, it states the Pilgrim Fathers who sailed from here. Barbican, Plymouth, in the Mayflower, 1620. And there's the list of the names there. I believe these were the single men. I believe at the beginning of the tour, apparently the single men stayed here before the ship set sail. So I assume the families that were on board the Mayflower, they must have been somewhere else. So but yeah, there you go. I assume these were the single men of the Mayflower. There they are, preparing our beverages. So at the end of the tour, you get given a choice of some of the products to drink, don't you? So we're going to get a drink.
So you went for a sloe gin.
I went for the sloe gin. I think that was my preferred out of them all.
I went for the fruit cut.
Yeah.
But you could just get a standard gin. Yeah, I've got all really pink. That's because of all that gin I've been drinking.
You've got gin cheeks.
A little bit.
Here we are. So we have our beverages. I've gone, like I've stated, I've gone with the sloe gin.
It's just by that glass divide, and then back down the stairs, you're back where you started, and the gift shop is directly beneath us, and you've all got your 10% discount.
Lovely, thank you.
Enjoy your drinks, and thank you for being on the tour. If you want to stay and have more drinks, you've got a 10% discount behind the bar.
Oh, lovely, thank you.
And Sonny and Tomo on the bar tonight. Okay,
right.
Lovely, enjoy
Nice.
your drinks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Shelley went with a fruit cut, I think it's called. I believe it was the fruit cut. I think that's what it was called. All right, let's give this a go. Cheers. Again, I'm not a big drinker, not a big spirit drinker, but actually this is quite tasty.
Try this one.
Should we do a swap?
Cheers again.
Cheers again. Yeah.
I think I prefer.
You prefer your one, yeah.
There's chill glasses as well.
Yeah, anybody can do that.
I feel my cheeks a minute. I've become a lush.
Your cheeks are a bit warm. Feel mine. No, not those cheeks. Could have polished off a few of those. Right, we're going to check out the shop, have a little look. And then, thank you. And then head to our accommodation. And all the beverages here on offer. So £23 there for the Plymouth fruit cup. £46. Ah, so that's the limited edition. I think she said there was only 25 bottles left. Or something, wasn't that right?
I'm sure that's what she
25 bottles? Yeah, I would have thought that would be more expensive than that, to be honest. Unless we've misunderstood. I don't know. Okay, well, it's limited edition anyway. Okay, so there is your really strong one. That's your navy strength gin. That one there is 36. And then your original gin at £32. That one's 41.2% volume. I think that was like 57%. Yeah, the navy one was definitely the strongest. And then, oh, this is slow gin. Yeah, this is the one I did quite like that, I must be honest. 26%. Yeah, and that would be £28. Oh yeah, the gimlet. So that was the one that had lemon, I believe.
That's the one that stops you getting scurvy.
That's the one that stops you getting scurvy. That's right. That was the one added with lemon.
Lime.
And what was lime? Was it? Oh, lime. Yeah. And then this one. What's that? Gin. What's that one? Martini. Yeah. All right. £26. Nice. Got some bags up here. If you want a Plymouth Gin bag. Picture of the Mayflower. So what was it? The Mayflower on the front, and the Blackfriar monk dude, like on the back, like embossed into the glass bottle, wasn't he? Yeah. A glug jug. I like that large glug jug. All right. Yeah, cocktail book if you want to have that to get your concoctions going at home, I suppose. And there's the building itself, Plymouth Gin print, £12.50. Alright, so they've got a few things here that you can procure if you so wish. Goodness! Looking at that mural up there, it's the house that Jack built. Alright, interesting. Right, so we are going to cut back across town and go to the hotel, check in, freshen up, and have dinner.
Yes.
Excellent. I do like this street though. This is quite a nice. It's a very historic street, isn't it? I know you'll laugh at what I'm about to say because obviously this street is bigger, but it reminds me like of all the sort of different style buildings, all the old buildings. It reminds me of Chapel Street in Penzance.
Yeah.
Like I said, but different scale. This is a bigger street, but
all a bit higgledy-piggledy.
It is, and very oldie-worldy, as it were. But yeah, it does remind me very much of Chapel Street. We have arrived at our accommodation for the night, just the one night. So we're going to head in now to the Crowne Plaza and book in. Okay, so we're staying in room 921, which is a King's Suite. And right there we've got the thermostat, and to our left as we enter we've got the bathroom, nice sink, etc. There's a drawer there. You've got some little fancy bits in there, a little towel, and then your toilet and your shower. So that's all nice. Looks like they've got the soaps provided there. And then to our left, like a little open wardrobe with some robes there. There's a safe. That's for your, obviously for your telly, that's your Sky box. And hair dryer, along with an iron and an ironing board. A little bit of artwork there, I like that bowler hat. And then into the main room, there is Shellbell over there. Your luggage rack, nice big king size bed, and then your little individual, if I can get it on, there we go, your individual like reading light there, which is fancy. television, I'd say a 50-inch, I'd guess. Looks like a 50-inch. And then over here, you've got your coffee, your tea and coffee making facilities. Probably a hot chocolate in there somewhere, they usually do. Hot chocolate. And then your mirror. Oh, look, it's us. And your desk there for doing some work or whatever you want to do. Along with a beverage cooler with a couple of what I assume is like complimentary water. So that's nice. And a little table here, which is movable because that is a pull-out couch.
This is where you're sleeping tonight. I'm sleeping in that huge bed.
And I'm on that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so you can actually sleep 4 in here. So this would be ideal for a family of 4, like, you know, with the kiddos and whatnot. We are sans children today. So, but we would have, if we had this set up for the kids would have been in, well, knowing the kids, they'd be in there with us. And the view, this is the money shot here. We've got this beautiful view looking out across Plymouth Sound. You can see the top of Smeaton's Tower there by that tree and the Royal Navy Memorial, Drake's Island over there. Yeah, very nice view. Yeah, so there we have it. So we are going to freshen up, and we have booked
We're just waiting for confirmation on what time our dinner will be.
Yeah, we think it's about 8 o'clock, don't we? But she was just going to double check for us. And so we're going to go to, it's quite a fancy restaurant, isn't it?
Marco Pierre White Steakhouse.
Sounds excellent. I fancy a steak.
Sorted.
Brilliant. Okay, right. Let's go and do that. Oh, what should we talk about? Our gin tour experience.
Oh, yes.
Right, okay. Well, that gin tour, that was something that you had wanted to do for quite a while.
Yes.
And I've got to be honest, I enjoyed it more than I thought. I was excited to go and sort of look at the, you know, I would be interested in like the sort of historical side of it. You know, you give me like a date stamp starting 17 something, and it's like, yeah, I'm there, I'm interested in that. So that for me, I wasn't ever...
Older than that.
What?
It was older than that.
Didn't it start in 1793?
The gin, but the building was...
Oh, the building, yeah, part of the building. Half of it was like medieval,
Yes.
and the other half, the extension half, was 17 something, wasn't it?
See,
But
I was listening.
so was I. but yeah, no, I enjoyed that a lot more because, again, I'm not a gin drinker. I'm not really like a spirit drinker like that. I wouldn't say I'm converted to gin, but actually I really enjoyed that drink. That not so much like when it was neat as part of the tour, like halfway through the tour.
No, you enjoyed the cocktail.
I enjoyed the cocktail at the end. That was
Me
very
too,
tasty.
to be
I
honest.
could have had a few of those.
We went for a different cocktail each and we tried each other's, and actually they were both really nice.
Yeah. So that was good. So what was that per person? That was, there were 3 tiers.
There were 3 tiers. We did the cheapest tier.
Yeah.
Which was £15 per person, but I think that was absolutely worth it.
Well, when you think of what a cocktail would cost in a fancy bar,
and
actually we had we had the tour, we had the gin sampling halfway through,
and then the cocktail at the end.
I thought that was really good value for money, and a big shout out to Naomi, who was our tour guide. She was good. She was really good. So yeah, I enjoyed that. You enjoyed that.
We'll put the Plymouth Gin website in the description.
Okay.
And then if people
you say we, I'm not that technical. I think
the gin website will be in the description. And so if you are in Plymouth and you want to go and do your own tour, I would recommend pre-booking because I do different types of tours at different times on different days.
Yeah.
So have a look, see which tour takes your fancy. The reason we did the cheaper one is because we weren't sure how much of a fan we were going to be of the gin. And
I think the higher graded tours, you got more gin, I think, basically, didn't you? So, you know, if that's your thing, then great, go for it. I can't remember the prices of those, but like you say, leave a link in the description and whatnot. Cool. Right, so this is the very posh King's Suite here at the Crowne Plaza.
With sea view.
With sea view. Shellbell, how did we get this room?
So, for those of you that don't know, I have started a additional business to my main day job of being a travel agent. So I've booked this for us through my travel agency. And if any of you are interested in any of that, then we'll leave a link to that in the description.
Yeah, so what do you do? So basically as a
so I'm an independent travel agent, so I can book all sorts of travel, hotels, national, international, big, small, doesn't matter. Let me know and I can help you with that if you're interested.
Where are we going next? Well, it's a couple of hours later.
It is.
It is. So we are going to head upstairs for a bite to eat. The reservation hasn't been confirmed. Front desk haven't got back to us. And we've tried to nip down a couple of times, but they've been really busy. So we thought, actually, let's just nip up to the restaurant and see what the situation is. Because it's still early enough that actually...
if it's a no-go, then we can go somewhere.
We'll just go in town, yeah. So that's kind of like the plan. So we'll see how it works out. But hopefully we get to eat here, because I'm pretty hungry. Marco Pierre White. Never heard of him, but I guess it's that guy.
Have I? Heard of him, yeah. Very famous chef.
Is he?
Yeah.
What the heck?
These are very much younger pictures of him.
Right. I don't know if I don't know. I'm pretty sure I haven't particularly heard of him. Is he cooking our steaks?
No.
Oh, okay, right. Well, that was awesome. We have been found this little table with a great view, although it is very dark, so it's kind of like Plymouth at night. So yes, we have been successfully seated. So we're going to peruse through the menu. Still don't think I've ever heard of this guy, but Shelley says I have. But I'm not 100% sure. But well, I think, it's pretty obvious. I think we're going to be going with some form of steak, considering it is a steakhouse. This table looks very blue.
Sort of a mix of...
Yeah, it's like quite clever lighting, isn't it, to kind of make it like this. Right, so the server has just taken our order. I did go with the ribeye steak. You went with the fillet steak.
Steak, but with prawns.
With prawns, yeah. And, well, not chips.
Mine doesn't come with chips.
It doesn't come with chips. Have you
No,
got
mine's
chips?
got
then?
other bits with it.
Oh, it's got other bits of it. Okay, that's what I was going to say, because you need chips.
You're fine.
All right, okay, excellent. Glad we've had that out. And then what else? And then we went with the starters, didn't we? I went with salmon, and you went with a...
Colonel mustard Scotch egg.
Yeah, it's intriguing, isn't it? That was kind of... I was kind of thinking maybe I'll go with that, but you know me and salmon. Do love salmon. So that's the plan. And then a couple of beverages. I went with a cider, you went with a glass of wine, and then we got a bottle of water for the table. So there it is, nice. So again, apologies about the blue hue, but you went with the Scotch egg, and I must say that's looking really nice. And it was with an English mustard sauce, wasn't it? So that's looking really good. And I went with the salmon, the smoked salmon, with all whatever this fancy stuff. Capers, that's right, yeah. I couldn't think of the name, so I couldn't think of what they were called, yeah, capers. And then a couple of slices of brown bread, which tickled me, because I thought it was going to be like a nice brown roll, but it's actually just a slice of regular bread, which is quite fun. And a lemon there, just to sort of squeeze over there. Do like the fancy little muslin thing, just to stop the pips from going on to the salmon. Oh yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, that looks very nice. Yeah, all right. Is that good? It smells really good.
And that sauce,
yeah.
English mustard can be really overpowering, but it's not. It's just nice with.
Yeah.
It just hits it right.
Yeah. All right, delicious. Let's see what this salmon's like. Very, very nice salmon. Yeah. Oh, that little like creamy. Oh, that little. Can't remember what that was. Like a little cabbagey thing. Very nice. Just tried Shelley's Scotch egg. Very, very good. Very delicious. And you tried my salmon, didn't you?
Yeah, tasty.
Yeah,
Can't
nice.
go wrong with salmon.
You can't really go wrong with salmon, unless you don't like salmon. Here is my delicious looking ribeye, cooked medium rare. Looking forward to that. Nice big chunky chips on the side, and then crispy onion rings, and we're just waiting on yours to arrive, aren't we? It's just around the river bend. My steak is nice. How's yours that you haven't got yet?
Calorie free.
The chips and the onion rings are really good. I'm enjoying those. And this steak is very nice so far. Yay, it arrived. So it came with a peppercorn sauce, your like shrimps, and it was a fillet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, looks good apart from the shrimps. And there was a potato hiding underneath the steak. All right, is it cooked?
We'll see.
We'll see, all right.
We can't do outros. We'll just stop the video.
No,
See you later.
we can't do outros, can we? Not together anyway. We just end up laughing all the time. Well, we did it. We completed our day here in Plymouth. We're only staying the one night.
Yes.
And we've got a few things planned for tomorrow, so stay tuned. Your steak.
Had better.
Yeah, it was a little bit overdone, wasn't it?
So they brought me the wrong meal to begin with. So I obviously said this isn't what I ordered. They said, do you want it replated or a fresh meal? And I was like, I just want the meal that I ordered, please. So they obviously cleaned the steak off, put the right stuff on it that I had ordered, and then brought it back out. But go on. In the meantime, it had been sat probably under some hot lights, which meant that it went from medium rare to probably medium well.
Yeah, so for your own taste, yeah, it was way too cooked. The staff, however, very very apologetic. They gave us 10% off actually, which was nice. My steak was fine. It was cooked as I wanted it, a little bit gristly, but I mean it was a ribeye. You know, it was very flavourful. It was very delicious.
The Scotch egg was delicious.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the starters were delicious.
Yeah. I didn't really have room for pudding or patience.
No, we didn't. No, not for the whole patience. Yeah, but yeah, my steak was nice. But I think like value for money. I want to say I've had better steaks when you kind of bring in the money aspect of it. But it was absolutely fine. Mine was fine, but I always then feel disappointed because mine was good and yours wasn't quite so good. But you know, it happens. Some days the bear gets you. Some days you get the bear. I think it's the other way around. I think some days you get the bear. Anyway, some days the bear gets you.
There was a bear.
There's a bear. There's people involved. The bear gets you occasionally. Ultimately, yes. We are going to leave the video there. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff like subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials at The Bright Side. So from us to you, cheers
and gone.